Okay, everybody, in today's video, what I'm going to be talking about is a couple of ways to not blow your speaker system out in your car. And I'm going to give you one piece of fact, is that, real quick, this speaker is always the one to blow out the fastest because it's always shifting slightly as you shut the door. You know? Okay, so keys are in the ignition. Oh, my battery's a little low. Oh, copyright. All right, so what you're gonna do, you're gonna turn the radio on, and what we'll do is we'll tune to a blank station. This engine warm up a little bit. And the first thing that you don't want to do is crank the radio up really high, really fast within the first couple of times, within the first couple of minutes of driving. And the second thing you don't want to do is crank the volume up, I don't know, past, three-quarters of the way up. Now, I like to keep it at about halfway because this is an old car with 202,000 miles. So, and another thing that you don't want to do is remember, a lot of cars have things in them that are designed to make certain portions of the vehicle fail. And notice that this is an all-in-one unit, right? So they got no problem adding the bass buttons in right where you can see them, so you can very easily adjust them and blow your speakers out. Okay, so one thing to not do is crank the bass all the way up, or crank the treble. Don't crank the treble and the bass up because you're stressing out the speakers. Alright, don't play with the balance things and stuff like that because you're wearing the speakers out inappropriately. Don't turn your speakers into best friend mode because they won't be when they blow up. And another thing that you got to watch out for is when you have these Bluetooth devices, right? If it would get the hell out of my way, my dash camera's in the way. Is if you have an iPhone,
Bluetooth mode.
You don't want to have your iPhone's volume cranked way up because that's another quick way to blow your speakers out. And on a car like this, especially these Ford Tauruses, ding, beeps are with us today. Believe it or not, on this Ford Taurus, yes, it's a Ford, so some of the doors don't really open right. So, on this Ford Taurus, right, it's got a dual suspension speaker system, right? But they're part of this deck. So, guess what? If they blow out, you gotta remove this entire piece, and of course they make it part of the pillar of the seat, so you gotta remove a bunch of crap. And usually these speakers are controlled by modules and they're shelled to fit, so you don't want to be the one that blows them out because they're really expensive to fix. Now, sometimes I like to go on long trips, right? And I don't know if you saw on my dashboard, but I got this nice Sony speaker. So if I'm gonna listen to a lot of rap music or whatever it might be, Sony's the way to go. So I'm not going to be stressing out these speakers in this car because I'm a cheapskate and I want them to last. I will use the Sony speaker that's got great sound resolution in it. And this is about, as far as I'm concerned, these speakers in this car are standard definition audio. And this is a ULT Sony system with 4K audio. So this Sony's gonna blow the sound out of the water naturally. Because in 2006, you're lucky I don't have a tape deck, but I do have a CD player that tells me no a lot. But it doesn't have the sound quality of the Sony speaker just because they didn't have them yet. Look it's got a subwoofer, little baby subwoofers in it. This car doesn't have baby subwoofers in it. You know, yes, it's got woofers on the doors, but there's also a woofer upstairs. His name is Max and he's a dog. So if you want more Ryan, like, comment, and subscribe.